Hi everyone, welcome back to yet another session on Cyber Preserve. This is Aastha, your host, and along with me we have Shruti Rupa Banerjee today as the co-host. So happy to have you, Shruti, today with me as the co-host. Today's session is based on discussion of jobs and career in cybersecurity in Canada. Now, in order to discuss that, we have a cybersecurity professional with us from Canada who would be discussing job opportunities, education, what can be some of the prerequisites or some suggestions from his own from his own experience, which he might want to share with you if you are aspiring to start a career in Canada in cybersecurity. So we have Vikas Lohia with us. Vikas will be discussing various aspects of jobs, education, colleges, details, how to apply jobs in LinkedIn, and etc. etc. So I will not waste any time further, and I will request Vikas to start off the session. We are so excited to have you, Vikas. The stage is yours. Please start. The audience is looking forward to hear you.
Thank you, Aastha and Shruti, for having me. It's a pleasure to be a part of this session, and I hope I'm able to contribute to the journey of people who want to start their career in cybersecurity in Canada. So I'll just start the presentation. So today, our agenda is what is the cybersecurity career in Canada? What are the job prospects? What should be the kept in mind while you're selecting a school for your post graduation or masters in Canada, and how you can join a community, how you can learn and grow in cybersecurity as a career. My name is Vikas Luya, and I'm currently working as a learning champion at LinkedIn. I'm also working as a Toronto chapter lead for CSNP, which is cybersecurity for nonprofit. And I'm pursuing my second semester at Georgetown College, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So I would like to start about what are the postgrad schools which should be selected in Canada, and what are the things which should be kept in mind while you're selecting your schools for the post graduation or masters. First of all, anyone who wants to pursue career in Canada and do post graduation or masters, they should focus on few things, starting from specialization. That this really matters a lot because you will be studying the courses and getting a specialized overview for that specific course you select. Starting with the specialization, specialization as in if you want to do specialization in cybersecurity, information security, networking, infrastructure, virtualization, etc. So it's very important to have a clarity regarding what you are interested in. Courses, even this really matters a lot. Say for suppose if I take my example, before I chose my first course at Conestoga College, Waterloo campus, I was very clear. I wanted an overview of the computer application security, and I did that as my first program. I also had an overview. I went to the career to the page of the course and checked the courses online. What are the credits? What would be the learning outcome, and how it can contribute in my learning, basically. Professors, this is also really important because when you choose a course, professors really contribute in upbringing your technical skills, in grooming you, in providing a better knowledge and technical exposure. So it's always good to go to the program site, choose the have an overview regarding who is the professor, like what is your work experience, how you can learn from them, and it's always good to have a better idea before you join any program. School location, considering this before COVID, it really matters a lot. Specifically in Ontario, in my understanding, I believe that Waterloo, GTA schools like in Toronto, it's really an ideal place because there are so many employers who are looking for candidates in cybersecurity. So even location matters a lot, at least before COVID. Feedback from seniors. You did some research from your end, from the information available on the website in your limited understanding. But how do you kind of get a surety like this course is really good? You're going to spend 1 year or 2 year time, energy, money, right? So one needs to have a overview, like they're making the best of it. So it's always good to connect with the seniors on LinkedIn and take their overview regarding how their journey was in the course, what was the learning outcome, how it contributed in their journey for their future jobs. Success ratio of the hired alumnus from a specific school, even this really matters a lot, because after graduating from a postgrad or a master's course, one is always looking for a job. So it's always good to have a success ratio of the hired alumnus. How you can get it? You can always go to the LinkedIn page of a specific employer, and you can check that how many people are from a specific school, say for, and this will give you an overview regarding how are they able to get a full-time opportunity after their graduation. Work integrated learning, co-op and internship. This is very, very important, and I would like to emphasize a lot on this. The reason being, whenever you graduate, even if you take a 1 year program with a 2 semester, 1 year program with a 3 semester, or a 2 year program with a 4 semester, co-op and internship really plays a big role, because once you graduate, along with you there are so many, literally thousands of people who graduate. How does it make a difference between you and them, right? So it's always good to have a co-op. How will co-op contribute in your career? Co-op gives an opportunity to start an internship, to start basically working for an employer. The program has a specific, some of the programs in colleges or universities, they have a mandatory co-op, some of them have an optional co-op. Mandatory co-op will be in a sense that you need to have maybe 4 months, 8 months, 12 months, or 60 months time frame, whatever as per the program prerequisites, and you need to fulfill that criteria in order to graduate with the program. What is optional co-op or an internship? Optional would be, it's up to you if you want to pursue a co-op or you just want to finish your degree and look for a full-time opportunity. Also for co-op, you need to generally there is a specific criteria for GPA. Maybe on a scale of 4, you need to score at least 3.5 or above in order to be eligible for a co-op. So this is how internship and co-op really contributes. And if we think from the perspective of an employer, say for suppose if I am an employer and I get a resume, right? So I'll be getting, for a job opportunity, I'll be getting hundreds and thousands of resumes, right? How do I differentiate, like who is an ideal candidate for me? Okay, I will see that this person is having, okay, so many people are graduating from the same school. However, okay, this like these few people, they have a co-op done. So this shows their curiosity to work. This shows their their agenda, their clear mindset that they want to pursue cybersecurity. Okay, they have done this, they have a kind of work experience, they are aware about the Canadian work culture, and most importantly, they have a local resume, local experience on their resume. That really matters a lot. So overall, I think these things are really important. And again, before I go ahead, I will emphasize on the co-op and the internship part, which really helps a lot to the growth of a candidate. When I was coming to Canada back in fall 2019, I made a couple of applications. If I'm not wrong, I remember maybe 11 or 12, and got accepted in most of them. So, as we discussed previously, what are the things we keep in mind? I also went through the same pace. I got in touch with the seniors, got feedback regarding how their journey was, what they're pursuing currently, and what is the success ratio of getting a job, what are the learning outcomes, etc. So based on my understanding and experience and feedback from seniors and colleagues, these are the few schools I would recommend. I will start with George Brown College. This is my school currently. Why I would focus and put it in a recommended list? Because the course has been designed by industry experts, keeping the industrial exposure in mind. Say for suppose we have 3 courses. This program is a tri-semester program. First semester starting with, if we consider one subject, which is basic SOC, followed by an intermediate SOC in the second semester, and in a third semester we have something called high level SOC. We followed by a digital forensics program in the third semester. So this kind of gives, for any person who is from maybe new to cybersecurity, you go step 1, step 2, step 3. You start from basic, you go to mediocre, and eventually you go to high level SOC understanding. So this is just one of the course. So all our courses are designed in such a way by industry experts that one has a proper learning outcome, and they are really kind of prepared before they go for an interview. And they just don't say that, okay, I've done this subject or this, but the assignments also have been made in a way that really gives an understanding of the technical prospects, how they can explain it to the interviewer during the interview process. Conestoga College. Why Conestoga College? This was my first program back in 2019. The program was really good. The school is located in Waterloo, Kitchener. Uh, uh, this is one of the thing. Secondary, it has an optional co-op. A few of the programs, they have optional and mandatory co-op. So it's always good to have a co-op, as I mentioned previously. Georgian College, this is really one of my friend. He's pursuing his course there, and he's working in one of MNC. So it's always good to have acceptance from this school as well. The co-op, as I mentioned previously, it really matters a lot. Seneca College, again, they have a program called Threat Management. I myself got accepted into that program, and it's really a good program. It is a 2-semester program followed by a work integrated learning, which is a co-op or an internship. Durham College. Even this is really a good school. I remember they have a program called Information System Security. So that program has been designed. They have very good subjects, which gives a technical understanding, a technical crisp of an overview of cybersecurity, starting from ethical hacking, operating system, penetration testing, etc. And of course, all the schools in Canada are really good, but it's just based on my understanding, based on my journey for the applications before I came to Canada, after I came to Canada, and based on the feedback from seniors, the success ratio. These are the few schools I would recommend to anyone who wants to come to Canada and pursue their post graduation. Now, okay, the school has been done, the graduation has been done, internship has been done. What next? Next is a big thing which every student or candidate waits for, that is a full time job opportunity. So, what is the status of the cyber market in Canada? It's really good. All of us, we see the stats from different organizations giving that millions of jobs will be created by 2023. There are thousands of jobs already in cybersecurity, but it's just there is a point that they are not able to find a proper manpower. So I guess that it's always a good opportunity to jump into cybersecurity as a career. So who are the big employers? Starting from Big Four, they hire all the time for internship. They hire for co-ops. They hire for full-time opportunities. They hire for new grad programs. Now, what is new grad program? So I will just give an example. Say for suppose if I'm graduating in September 2022. So 1 year, if we go 1 year behind, starting from September 2021 itself, there will be a process for application process for a new grad program. There will be thousands of applications, and this new grad program specifically focus on people who wants to join as a new grad, who are about to pass out or who already pass out a year before or after. So it's always good to jump into new grad opportunities, because these programs have been designed in a way that maybe they are in 24 months rotational period, 27 months rotational period, 36 months rotational period. So it will give an opportunity to the student to work on different technologies, and at the same time have an understanding regarding what they are passionate about. And it's always good if you're able to look around your passion, like which specific area you're good at cybersecurity. You really can groom, you can grow, you can evolve, and at the same time you can be an asset to the organization, contributing to their growth. Banks, there are so many banks in Canada who are hiring throughout the year for co-ops, internships, full-time employment, and even new grad program. So one can even think for banks as an employers for cybersecurity opportunities. Canadian stores, grocery stores, other stores, they also hire for internship for new grad programs. So one can consider this one as well. Telecom providers, they really keep hiring, and with the 5G technology coming in the picture, it really helps for a cybersecurity enthusiastic to get an opportunity and start their career. Insurance provider, there are many insurance providers in Canada who keep hiring, and one can consider them as well. SOC as a service provider. With the cybercrime happening around the globe, And with the COVID-19 coming in the picture, there are so many SOC as a provider who have expanded their operations and hiring. Their hiring is surge, and they're looking for cybersecurity passionate people who have good experience, who have technical understanding, maybe a postgrad, a local postgrad from here, etc. So one can consider them as well. Cybersecurity solution provider, and many startups. Now we have an employer. So we have the overview regarding how the cyber market is in Canada. Now let's go with the statistics. LinkedIn is a great tool. One can look around for job opportunities. So is Indeed. I have taken this screenshot literally 5 minutes before the session has started. If we see the cybersecurity, I have just made a keyword cybersecurity, and the experience level, it is internship, associate level, and the junior level. And we already see that there are 1730 results today in Canada for cybersecurity. If we see on Indeed for a cybersecurity analyst position where location is in Canada, I found 387 jobs. So definitely, it's just not about the things on the website. We have the employers who are looking for people passionate in cybersecurity, and one can clearly see the stats right in front. So, what are the cybersecurity roles and opportunities one can go for? As I mentioned, the new grad program, internships, co-ops, the designation would be cybersecurity analyst, information security analyst, network analyst, security operations analyst, network operations analyst, or maybe pen tester. So it's just the area you are interested in cybersecurity, because cybersecurity itself is vast. So one needs to always have a broader understanding from a broader perspective regarding the different domains of cybersecurity, and putting a proactive measure. One can always understand what they are passionate about, what they are interested in, and pursue that specific area in cybersecurity and take them ahead in their career. Certifications really play a big role for anyone who is looking for cybersecurity as a career. There are a few certifications I would recommend to anyone who considers cybersecurity as a career. Starting from Cisco CCNA. Why Cisco CCNA? It is a well-recognized industry vendor who has been in industry for so many years already. So it's always good to have a certification. Also, in my understanding, I believe that anyone who is pursuing security or cybersecurity as a career always needs to have a good understanding about the network fundamentals, starting from the OSI layers, TCP, IP, routing, switching, firewall. It's always good to have an understanding, because eventually, directly, indirectly, security and network are interrelated. So if they have an internship or an experience or a certification, that really helps in understanding the security fundamentals for people who see cybersecurity as a career. There is another industry recognized vendor, which is a certification vendor, which is CompTIA, which is having Network Plus and Security Plus. This is also a great certification one can consider for cybersecurity, for learning, for gaining some technical exposure, how industry is working. So this is one of the certification I would recommend. EC Council, which has several different certification, and all of them are really good. But CEH is really, in my experience, I found in all the majority of the job descriptions, I would say. So uh, it's CEH is really a good course. I myself had a training from EC Council last year, and it was good. It gives an overview regarding what are the expectations from a security analyst, what are the technologies happening around, how one can grow, how one can learn the practicals and everything. So it's always good. One can pursue this as a certification as well. Amazon Web Services. Amazon, all of us know that they are leaders. Literally everywhere they are present. So cloud practitioner and solution architect. On a basic level, I would recommend that. Why cloud practitioner? One can directly go for solution architect as well. But in my understanding, I feel that cloud practitioner is a great certification, because before you go ahead, you need to understand what are the fundamentals. Like Amazon is providing so many functionalities, features. So one need to understand, say for suppose lambda function. So what does lambda function do? S3 bucket. Okay, what is S3 bucket? So it's always good to have an understanding regarding what are the services, what are the functionalities provided, and what are they responsible for, how they can help in their infrastructure. And once I think anyone who has a good understanding about the basics can always go ahead for solution architect, and there are several other certifications as well one can pursue for their career in cybersecurity. Microsoft Azure, even this is a great certification. There are certain cloud certification, security certification, and if anyone is looking for some vendor specific knowledge, one can consider this certification as well. EWPT, by e-learning security. Even this is a great certification for anyone who wants to pursue penetration testing as a career. Pen testing is also great career, is also a vast, and one can really touch the skies pursuing career in pen testing. So it's just how you are into cybersecurity, what you are passionate about, and it's just all about it. ISC Square, we all know that they have several industry recognized certification like CISSP, SSCP. So it's always good. Of course, CISSP needs maybe 5 years of work experience in order to get the CISSP certified completely. So, but one can go for SSCP. That is a great certification to pursue. Sense is also really industry recognized vendor body, and it's good if once a person is having a proper understanding regarding what they are passionate about, they can go for sense certification as well. And there are many more certification, just to name a few of them. In an overview, I would say that if anyone who wants to start a career, they can start with CCNA, get a proper understanding about the network fundamentals, maybe go for CompTIA Network Plus for having a network understanding about how the architecture works, an overview. And accordingly, they can go for Security Plus by CompTIA or EC Council by CEH, and the journey goes on after that. Now, just because of certification, there are three reasons certification helps you in getting a job. First of all, when you go for a certification, you are taking a proactive measure, walking extra miles to showcase your interest, specifically if we consider for cybersecurity, right? If this will give you a technical understanding regarding, before that, I would say that all of the vendors, they are industry recognized, and it's always good to have some certification, because that really gives you an overview, and also how the job responsibilities would be, not exactly, but you could relate an overview. So this really helps in before getting a job, uh, after getting a job, and once, even during the interview as well. Also, I myself made so many applications for my full-time job opportunities, internships, co-ops, new grad programs. And one common thing I found that CEH, CompTIA Security Plus, and several other, but on a basic level, CEH and CompTIA Security Plus. Literally, again, this is a screenshot from Indeed, and I just found this in the morning. 186 jobs had a job description with a keyword CEH. 159 jobs had a job, had a keyword certification, CompTIA Security Plus. So this way, because resume is most of the times, it goes through ATS, right? So it's always good in this way, once your resume gets shortlisted by ATS because of these keywords, and also once you have the certifications mentioned on your resume, especially which helps on when you're starting your career at a junior level. So this is, I think, a win-win situation in you, I mean, for you, getting knowledge in cybersecurity, getting a resume shortlisted, and eventually boosting the chances of getting a full-time opportunity. So this is what I want to say about the certifications. And if we see, this is a screenshot from one of the industry requirements. Industry certifications such as CompTIA, the CompTIA Network and Security Plus, CEH, CCNA, CyberOps, or others are desirable. So employees are always looking for certification, of course, along with the technical understanding, their knowledge, showcasing their knowledge. So I think to get to the interview, certification really helps. And of course, after that, it's just your understanding, your technical exposure, and how you crack the interview.
Hi Vikas, I have one question related to certifications.
Sure.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so there are some certifications like CEH which expire after 3 years. So what are they still considered in the companies while giving, while giving interviews, or do they get considered by the companies? Like, yeah, you did certifications few years back, and but they have expired, but still we can consider that you have some knowledge or something. Is it something like this?
So the thing is, certification, as I mentioned, first of all, it helps in your resume, right? For your resume getting shortlisted from thousands of applications which has been made for a specific job post. Secondary, as far as the industry expectation is concerned, if you see go for Cisco CCNA, once you do one certification and it's about to expire, you can go for another certification, and the previous certification, the validity, I think, will increase to 3 years. So eventually, because when you start your career, maybe if you consider for Cisco, you will do CCNA in the beginning. Once you have like maybe 1 year or 2 year of experience, you can go for CCNP. After few years of experience, you can go for CCI, right? So this is an ongoing journey. So one always keeps upgrading the technical skills, and of course the level of certification rises as your level of experience rises. So this is what I would like to say about this. And as far as if the expired certification are considered or not, I believe that it's always good to have a certification which is valid, because after 3 years the technology is evolving so much. Say for suppose if we see CEHV10, right, which was there till, if I'm not wrong, maybe till 2020 October or November, and after that there was a V11 which was launched. So they added another module which was focusing on cloud. So this is how it begins. The old version is really good, it has a good technical understanding. However, the things are changing around, right? Previously the networks were simple, security wasn't that complex. However, now with the fact that cybercrime is rising significantly, employers, vendors, the certification providers, they are working proactively to stay up to date with the industry standards. So this is how I believe that it's always good to have a valid certification, because this showcases that you are up to date for your certification, and also you have overview regarding what is happening in the industry along with the technical understanding. Say for suppose for V11, as I mentioned, it has added the cloud as well. Why cloud now? Because everything is going to the cloud now, literally. So there is a lot of dependency, and it's always good it's not about just the employers. Even from day to day life, we are dependent on iCloud, on Google Drive, on Dropbox. So eventually I think it's always good basically to have a certification which are up to date.
I want to add something to that.
Sure.
We do have an option for adding adding the extension of certifications using CPE points and ECE points. So that also can like work in your favor, I guess. Like if you have any experience in the next couple of years in security, maybe you're attending any conferences, you can just upload them in order to get some CPE points, and your certifications get extended for another 3 years or 4 years. So like continuing adding points to your existing certifications, because again, if you are redoing it or at the same time if you're adding an experience, both things are fine. Like extending a certification, or at the same time, like if you're gaining experience, you can just upload it, like what kind of work you're doing. Because why do they expire? Because they expect you to learn. If you're continuing to learn in the same field, you can just like upload some of the certificates from your job, trainings, anything you have done. So they provide category, upload them, and your certifications will be renewed for next couple of months, years or so. So that also adds to that.
Absolutely, Asta. I would totally agree to what you said, because you are up to date with the industry standards, and you are just technically grooming yourself for your cybersecurity skills.
That makes complete sense. Thank you, Vikas. Thank you, Astha. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Sure. Now, the keynote for aspirants who are planning to build their cybersecurity career in Canada. There are several ways. Maybe if someone is planning to come to Canada after finishing the school, maybe after grade 12 for their undergrad, or maybe after doing undergrad in India and pursuing postgrad or masters, it's always a good idea. But one need to think and keep few things in mind before they come to Canada. And it's always good to plan the things well in advance, so that it will help, and it will make you uh, different from, like, maybe one step ahead from other candidates. I would start with internship. Say for suppose anyone who is doing undergrad in India, maybe if they are going for BCA, which is Bachelor's of Computer Application, which is a 3 years program, or maybe if they're going for a Bachelor's of Information Technology, Computer Science, which is a 4 years program generally, right? So if we see, 3 years is focusing on 6 semesters, 4 months, one semester, another 4 months, second semester for 1 year, and there is a 4 month summer break. So it's always good to utilize that 4 months time frame to go for a full-time internship, even if it's unpaid. Go for it. Just look at the amount of skills you will be developing, which will be helping you on a long run. Say for suppose, if we see just a 3 years program, so 4 months in the first year, 4 months in the second year, 4 months in the third year. Okay, I am a graduate now. What does it make a difference? Oh, I have like 12 months internship experience. So this clearly signifies your proactiveness, your curiosity to learn when you apply for a job, literally after you graduate or you go for on campus interview. So this really helps a lot. If we see for engineering, maybe for a 4 years program, 4 months each becomes 16 months, right? So 16 months is like 1 year, 1 year or more, literally. So if I am an employer, if I'm getting a resume, like, if we see, okay, this person has done bachelor's, oh my god, so 4 internships, oh, he has worked in these technologies, these skills have been developed, he has done some certification as well. Okay, oh, okay, this company, I know people in this company, right? So I can take feedback from them. So it will basically give you something to explain, maybe one step ahead from expectation of an employer, at least when you are graduating. So I would really emphasize a lot that internships really play a big role, because when you are a student, you have an opportunity to explore what you are interested in. Maybe you are taking going for different internships, so it shows your eagerness to learn. And of course, once you have some internship experience, you can say that I have a graduate and I have some internship experience as well, and you will have something to say in your interview when you are a fresh grad or a new grad. Basically, volunteer for cybersecurity events and meetups. This is really crucial, because uh, the thing is, cybersecurity events and meetups are for the people, are for the young enthusiasts, to make them understand how they should pursue cybersecurity as a career. And those advice or suggestions or speeches have been given by industry experts, by CISO, by CIO, by CTO. Those people have like 15, 20, 30 years of experience. So it's always good to be a part of this community and learn from the experience of people. Just listen what they are saying, how their journey has been. You never know that you might be able to connect the dots, and you might be after a few years you might be one giving the presentation there. So I think volunteering will really plays a big role. Plus the thing is, when you have volunteer experience in your resume for some chapters, from this really shows that okay, you are up to date in the industry events happening. You know what people are doing. You show the curiosity to learn from people. So this really adds a value. So of course, I would emphasize again on the volunteer work for cybersecurity events and meetups, joining the chapters, and you can learn from the industry experts there. Again, participate in the seminars and webinars. Before COVID and especially after COVID, there are so many industry recognized vendor bodies who are giving free seminars, webinars about their products, about the technology, about their future goals. So it's always good to join this, because this gives you a vision, okay, where the technology is evolving, what I should be doing in my career. So it's I think it really adds a value. And even if you learn 1% by attending one webinar, I see it as a growth. And it really adds a value on your technical and professional skills. Free online courses from Udemy, YouTube, Cybrary, Coursera, and edX. When anyone is pursuing undergrad, me myself also wasn't sure what I should be doing as a career. So the thing is, one can always go for free courses in just to understand what they're interested in before they go for a industry recognized certification, for which they have to pay some fees for getting certified. Udemy has thousands of free courses. Literally, just type the keyword cybersecurity, ethical hacking, pen testing, security operations, etc. You will find thousands of free courses, and it's just, I think, your curiosity to learn how you can get a better understanding. Basically, Cybrary, Coursera as well, they have a lot of free courses, and YouTube. If you just type of keyword cybersecurity, you will have results in front of you. So I think you can learn a lot. One can get a better understanding regarding how they want to learn. Me myself, I will take my example. I remember taking a Cybrary course back in 2018, I guess. So that was, it was a fundamental of cybersecurity. It started with the CIA triad about confidentiality, integrity, availability, going to the security operations, and furthermore. So that is when I realized I should be pursuing cybersecurity as a career. So I think these free courses should be utilized, and one can always learn from these courses. Once a person is having a proper understanding, maybe if I have a proper understanding that I want to go for maybe a SOC operations job, I can take the certification accordingly. I can take a certification from SANS Institute, I can go for Cisco, I can go for EC Council or CompTIA, depending on my choice. 1 or 2 years of work experience before taking masters or postgrad. This is really, really important, and this contributed in my journey. When I graduated back in 2017, my agenda was clear that I'm going to Canada for postgrad. I had been accepted for a few courses as well, straight after the graduation, with just a 7 months internship with Sophos. However, I think I was fortunate enough to see a job opportunity coming and taking a 2 years experience. Now, why the job experience helps? It helps in two ways. First of all, whenever a person is a fresh grad, it's always good to, whenever a person is a new grad, they are not sure. Generally, they're not sure that what they might be pursuing. So you might end up taking a wrong course, or maybe just taking a course and doing the masters for the sake of doing it. But I see that if you are going for a masters, one need to have a clear agenda. Like, okay, I want to do masters in this. I'm passionate about this. Because when you add passion to some uh, domain in career, I think that really contributes a lot to your growth, as well as you being an asset to that organization. So I would really emphasize a lot how my journey has been. I can give an example. When I joined as a network engineer back in 2018, so I realized that I'm into cybersecurity. Initially, I started with the network engineering part. I was working on routing, switching, firewall, ASA, ESA, WSA devices. I worked also on Sophos next generation firewalls before that. So I was, it started with the networking domain. I went to security. I was working with the NOC team, Node Network Operations Center, working with the SOC team and Cloud and Command Center. So I really had an overview regarding what each and every team is doing. At least I had a basic understanding regarding how the ticket flow is going. What is each and every team member contributing? What are the things which needs to be kept in mind? Okay, if we see the SOC operations, okay, there is a P1 incident. How the P1 incident needs to be mitigated? How to resolve the issue? How the change request has been happening through the ITIL process. So I really got an exposure, and based on that, I did some certification. I went for my CCNA security. I went for my CCNA CyberOps and got CCNA CyberOps Associate certified. And there was a point when I was working with the SOC team. They're like, "Oh, we had this incident." I'm like, "Okay, I want to learn I want to learn security operations. I want to go for cybersecurity." That was the point when I realized I think cybersecurity is what I'm passionate about, and I should take a full-time postgrad program, specifically at a place where I can contribute my skills on a long run. So that's why I made like couple of applications looking at the course around, with the steps I mentioned previously. What do I need to think before taking a course? And I got an overview, and eventually that my work experience really helped me to choose a course. So it's always good. This is one plus point. The second plus point is, when I graduate with my postgrad, I'm not a fresh graduate. I have a work experience, maybe not in Canada, but back home I have some experience, right? So I can really say that, okay, I can mention in the resume, I work for this organization, I work for this designation from this time to this time. These are the technologies I have worked with. This is my expertise. I know this. I know routing. I know switching. I know security. I have worked with NOC, SOC, cloud team. So this really shows that at least a person is clear about their agenda, and they have an overview about the technologies and the industrial exposure. So again, I would emphasize that if anyone who is coming for postgrad or masters, uh, like they can always come after undergrad. There are opportunities for them as well, like new grad programs and internships, as I mentioned. However, if there is a 1 year or a 2 year program, two year, I mean, work experience added on the resume, the technical skills are groomed during that time frame, and they will have a better understanding regarding what course they should choose and accordingly proceed further. References from professors and colleagues, that really matters a lot, because when you come to Canada for your master's program, you need references from your professors and colleagues if you have worked in with the industrial organization. So it's always good to have references that helps in the application process, as well as on your LinkedIn profile. Now we have something called a recommendation box in the LinkedIn. So say for suppose if I am an employer and I shortlist a resume based on internship experience a candidate had, I will definitely choose and think to visit his LinkedIn profile, because resume is just one page of what, or one page or two page regarding what he has done or she has done in their career so far. However, their LinkedIn, it will show their enthusiasm, it will show their curiosity, it will show how hardworking they are. How will I know that? I will see the recommendation box from the professors and colleagues. Okay, this professor is recommended. He's highly experienced person in the cybersecurity domain, maybe. So this will kind of give me an understanding as an employer before I choose a candidate. So this way, it's a win-win situation for you to get a job on a long run, as well as to have a better understanding to take a course in cybersecurity. So this is what I want to say about how you plan before you come to Canada and choose cybersecurity as a career. Now, I was really, in my journey in Canada so far, I really saw so many people who switched their career and jumped into cybersecurity, especially with the COVID situation coming around. With the COVID coming, everyone is working from home. The schools are happening online. The universities, colleges, the education is online. Eventually, what is happening, and of course, with the 5G deployment which is going on around the globe, the cyber risk is rising significantly, and the cybersecurity companies are growing immensely. Literally, we see that companies collaborating with each other, how they can contribute their level best in order to secure their infrastructure, in order to keep their customer data safe. So I see that people are taking cybersecurity as a career change as well. How you can do that? Again, you can always go for free courses available on Udemy, on Cybrary and EDX, and of course on YouTube. So this will kind of give an understanding, because cybersecurity itself is just a word, but once a person gets into it, he or she will realize that, oh my God, it's a big thing. You need to have an understanding. You want to go for SOC, you want to go for pen testing, you want to go for network analyst position, etc. So it's always good to for anyone who are into the industry already, but they want to jump into cybersecurity. Through these free courses, they will understand what their technical uh, understanding is, how good they are at those skills, and if they can develop the cybersecurity as a career in their professional growth. And always thing is the boot camp program. In Canada, there are three universities, at least in Ontario, who are providing the boot camp programs. Why to enroll in boot camp program? These bootcamp programs have been made by industry experts who have been in industry for so many years. They know the gap for a cybersecurity employment which is happening. Like, there are thousands of opportunities, but there is a job gap between the availability of the applicants. So they have made the course starting from basic to mediocre to a high level. If for any people, there are full-time classes, there are part-time classes, depending on your availability. If you want to go in a slow paced speed, if you want to go in a quicker way, finish the program as soon as possible and go for an employment, it has been made keeping the schedule of a working employee as well as a student as well at the same time. Ryerson University has an accelerated cybersecurity training program. So that's a really good program, and one can always opt for that program depending on their interest in cybersecurity. York University as well, they have cybersecurity fundamentals and advanced program. I had attended a seminar 3 weeks back, and I remember seeing the courses. It was really good, starting from Wireshark, the broader perspective of what cybersecurity is in the fundamental level. And if you are able to do that, you can always go to the advanced level. You can take a combination of both of them at the same time, and maybe you can take fundamentals first, get a better understanding, and then go for the advanced program. It's all up to you. University of Toronto, they have a tie-up with Trilogy Education for the cybersecurity bootcamp. Again, that's a really a great program. So once you get the bootcamp certification cert from these recognized universities, it really adds a value, because even employers, they really focus on like how you are changing your career into cybersecurity. And when you get enrolled in such type of universities for a bootcamp program, walk extra miles in order to learn, get some certification at the same time, this really shows your curiosity. And you never know, you might get an opportunity. And I know few of the people graduates from these universities, and they have changed their career in cybersecurity, and they are doing so well. So I would recommend these steps for anyone who is looking for cybersecurity as a career change in Canada. Now, most important is LinkedIn. I will just give an example of my journey in order to emphasize how important LinkedIn is. What is LinkedIn now? Everyone knows what LinkedIn is. But in one word nutshell, we can say that it is the digital professional presence. If I'm just sending my resume, again, as I mentioned, it's just 1 page or 2 page of what I have done. But my LinkedIn profile, it will say everything, like what are the technologies I have worked with in a detailed manner, what are the courses I have studied, what are the chapters, what is the specialization I have done, if I have been a part of a volunteer community, what are the job responsibilities there, if I have been recommended by previous employees. Okay, maybe I'm good at security operations, the recommendations are there. It's always good to have some recommendations. Good feedback from the professors, which shows that I'm an enthusiastic learner. So this way, digital presence really contribute a lot, especially with the COVID, because the interviews, the process is happening online. So everyone is working from home. Anyone who's already working or anyone who's looking for a new job, right from interview to onboarding to training, and once you start your job, everything is happening online. So LinkedIn really is a place where you can showcase your passion. Okay, hi, I'm Vikas Lohia. I'm passionate about cybersecurity. I have done this certification. I've been working with this organization, so I can justify all these things through a LinkedIn page. So I think it really contributes a lot. Connections that really play a big role. One can't even think about it. And I can't emphasize enough about how important role connection plays. How connection plays a big role? First of all, when you get connected to so many people on LinkedIn, like if we focus on cybersecurity, there are industry experts. They keep sharing their thoughts regarding if there is a security loopholes, what are the flaws, what is the new technology coming around. So you get an opportunity to read those articles, and you technically groom yourself. You get to understand, oh, this is happening, oh, I got to learn something new. So I think secondary, the thing is, when you connect with the recruiters always share job posting. This is XYZ recruiter working for the ABC company, and we are looking for this position in cybersecurity 1 year or 2 year. So maybe if you are interested, you can always go for it, and if not, you can forward the same to anyone who you know, because it's all about helping each other during the hard times of COVID. So I think connections really contribute directly and indirectly. And also the thing is, if I am a mutual connection of my one of my known person, and I know that person well, that he or she is good in some skills, I can always refer them to my employer if there is a position happening, and I can help them in their career at the same time. So I think this is how the connections can be defined and how important their role is. Resume and cover letter tips. Resume and cover letter are really crucial because this is how the first impression goes. Resume and cover letter tips are there on the LinkedIn learning tutorials. One can always go and check like how resume has been built, how one can make a specific customized resume for cybersecurity as per the expectation of an employer, as per the industry recognized standards. How cover letter should be made, like how you made a cover letter, how did you justify your experience, how are you able to match with the job description and the profile, how you show your voluntary work, how you show you're passionate about cybersecurity, and what do you know about the company. So these two things really matter a lot, because if I am making an application, I really can't put a general cover letter. Okay, I am Vikas Lohia. Okay, I have done this, that. That's it. Please accept my cover letter. I look forward to hear back from you. No, I have to Google. I have to look for an like what are the achievements organization has done. What are they looking for? Like if they have done, like if they got best award employee, if they are evolving, they got a tie-up or collaboration with some cybersecurity institution. So if I mention that, this shows my curiosity to join that organization, because I'm taking some extra time to make the cover letter specifically for that employer. And if the tips and advice and suggestions are required, one can always go for the resume and cover letter tips from LinkedIn learning courses. The courses are immensely knowledgeable. One can really learn a lot of things. There are free courses available. One can take a LinkedIn learning subscription if required, and get access to those courses which have been made by industry standards, keeping the requirements of the job responsibilities in industry. So I think this is how the LinkedIn learning courses will contribute. Recruiter, as I mentioned before, the recruiters posting jobs, that really will help, because this way you will be aware about if there is a specific job posting happening. And if you want to jump into cybersecurity, if you're looking for another opportunity to grow, to learn some different technologies for some different location, maybe anything might be the criteria. So it's always good to have recruiters connected with you. And career guidance. There are so many professionals, C series people, C suits people basically, who share their experience, how their journey has been in cybersecurity. So it's always good to have learn from them when they share some articles, and eventually you can groom your professional as well as technical skills. So I think this way LinkedIn contributes a lot. Now, this is the contribution of LinkedIn, but in order to make a proper LinkedIn profile, you need to optimize your profile in order to showcase yourself in the best possible manner. Now, how do we optimize the LinkedIn profile? First of all, if I am a recruiter, if I shortlist a resume of any candidate, I will definitely be looking for his LinkedIn URL on the resume or cover letter, wherein I can visit his or her LinkedIn profile to get a better understanding regarding what is the experience they have. I will start with a professional headshot, because I want to know that if the profile is genuine, right? So it's always good to have a clear picture with maybe, if possible, a professional headshot, because this really makes your profile look sophisticated, organized, and gives a professional crunch headline. If I'm looking for, say for suppose, if I'm looking for actively looking for a job, I should always put this as a keyword, because whenever recruiters look for a job, look for a candidate who for some specific profiles, maybe for cybersecurity, they will put these type of keywords: cybersecurity, looking for a job, some certification, etc. And this way your profile will get populated. So it's always good to have a proper headline, due to which when you reach out to the employees, this is the efforts you're making to get a job interview or an internship. However, there is a chance that if there is a proper headline happening, there is a chance that recruiter might reach out to you, and you see the opportunity coming straight to you, and you never know, you might be selected for that job opportunity. So it's always good to have a professional headline. One can also mention that they have done this certification, like say for suppose, if me for my case, I have done CCNA. So I have mentioned that I have done 3 CCNA certification. One is routing, switching, cyber ops, one in security. I have done 14 NSE 1, NSE 2. I'm actively looking for a job. I'm LinkedIn learning brand ambassador, working with the LinkedIn team. I'm working at the currently pursuing my program at Georgetown College. I have done this, I have done that. So basically just framing it in small words, so this way it will really help for recruiter to understand if if they are looking for an ideal candidate like you. Open to work roles and roles consideration. There is one more tab called open to work roles, because if you are looking for an opportunity, it's always good to mention what type of roles you're looking for. Are you looking for security analyst? Are you looking for NOC analyst? Are you looking for some pen test jobs? Are you looking for some governance job? Are you looking from technical analyst or technical support job, etc.? So it's always good to have some specific job roles mentioned, and what roles you are considering with what location. Are you looking for a job in US? Are you looking for a job in Canada or remotely? So it's always good to and you can really customize the privacy by putting it visible to recruiters only. So this way, only person who is recruiter will be able to see this specific information. Cover photo. I learned about the cover photo back in 2019, because when I went to a career counselor from my old school, who made me understand that how important cover photo is. If I see any profile, before even I look at his name or headline or professional headshot, if there is a cover photo of cybersecurity kind of thing, if there is maybe I put some customized graphical cover photo, I will understand that this person is passionate about cybersecurity, is working in cybersecurity, or he is a student in cybersecurity. So straightway, this is the first click. Okay, cybersecurity person. Let me go through the profile. So it's kind of first impression. So this is how cover photo contributes. About you can write a paragraph in an organized manner, like what you have done. Like maybe if I have done engineering, I'll write that I have done bachelor's in engineering with majors in information technology. I have worked with Sophos for my final year project and a full-time internship. I have done 2 years of work experience. I have worked with this technologies. I have done this certification, and I have done internship with Arctic Wolf at Waterloo. I have done first course at Conestoga. I'm pursuing my second semester, so etc. You can write your own story, due to which will give an overview to an employer or a recruiter regarding okay, this person is about cybersecurity, if we need to go ahead or not. Featured. Even this is really important, and one needs to keep an eye and focus on the featured tab. Work experience and education details. This is really, really important, because starting with the education details, if I mention that I have done a specific, like suppose I have done a postgrad from a specific school, or a master's from a specific school, or an undergrad from a specific school, I can mention the school name, I can mention the date of year I have started, the date where I graduated, all the things, the volunteer work I have done, the awards I got, maybe I got into Dean's Honor List, maybe I have done some achievement, I contributed by giving a presentation to the staff, etc. You can mention the courses you have done. Maybe I have done security operations course, I have done pen testing course, I have done ethical hacking course, right? So what type of courses you have done, what are your grades. So this will give, as I mentioned, this will give a detailed understanding to an employer what they are looking for. And if your skills and the profile matches, there are high chances that you might end up getting a job, and this opportunity might be coming straight to you. Work experience details. Even this is important, because you can't mention everything in a resume of 1 page or 2 page, but on your LinkedIn profile you can always mention it in detail, that okay, these are the technologies I have worked with, this was the time frame I worked, this is how I maybe I started as a SOC analyst, I went to the incident response team, I went to the pen testing team, I have an overview of all the three technologies. So it's always good to have the work experience in detail. Like also you can mention that how you contributed maybe to the growth of organization. You can mention the numbers, the stats, which really signifies your achievement, right? So it's kind of gives an opportunity to, I would say that, showcasing your profile in a detailed manner. Adding certification badge, as I mentioned earlier, certification is really important. And uh, if you have the certification badge in LinkedIn, that really adds a value. And how does it add a value? Because if you have some recognized certification from industry bodies, from industrial recognized vendors, that really shows your curiosity that okay, you are passionate about cybersecurity specifically. Let's consider that. You know about the technologies. You have a latest certification which is valid up to this specific time frame. So you definitely know that okay, suppose CEH version 11 has cloud as well. So you have an understanding about the cloud. You have AWS. Okay, you have like you know what AWS is, what are the products it has, and how you can be a solution architect maybe at some time, this kind of thing. And Before I mentioned about the featured, you can always add the certification badge in the featured list. So what will happen once an employer starts scrolling from your cover photo to your professional headshot to your headline to your open work rules, there is a tab called featured. If you have the certification badges featured, that really gives, this guy is really proactive, he has done some certification, let's see if this profile looks interesting, let's see the education and work experience. So it's all about connecting the dots, and all the things are interrelated to each other. So if it's always good to have some certification badges and get it featured on the top, due to which it will really add a value. Recommendations, as I mentioned previously, you can always have some recommendations from your professors that, okay, he was my student, he learned these courses, this is how I saw him growing, he's an enthusiastic person. If you are working for an employer previously, he has contributed in my technical operations. It's always good to have some recommendations as well. So this is my understanding how you can optimize your LinkedIn profile, how important it is, and once this has been done, what are the chances of you getting a job, which rises significantly. Lastly, thank you so much for your valuable time, for having me as a presenter, as a speaker, and listening to my thoughts. You can always feel free to connect me at my LinkedIn URL, which is here. And thank you. Thank you, Asta and Shruti. Over to you.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Vikas.
Thank you. Yeah, Shruti, continue.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vikas, for such an informative session. It was really very amazing. It was really very informative for those who aspire to, begin their career in cybersecurity in Canada. And thank you for the session again. And all the description related to the speaker and other resources will be in the description below in the YouTube video. And all the details also related to the speaker will be there. So if you have any questions, any queries related to Cyber Preserve, related to the today's session, do let us know in the comment section. We'll be more than happy to help. And thank you so much, Vikas, again for this wonderful session. And till then, see you all in our next Cyber Preserve session. Have a lovely weekend.
Thank you, Asta and Shruti, for having me. It was a pleasure to be a part of this session, and I hope this presentation will really contribute to the growth of people who are looking cybersecurity as a career, specifically in Canada. So, thank you once again for having me as a speaker today.
Yeah, totally. I'm assuming that you might be getting a lot of messages now. So, yeah. So thank you everyone, and I hope everyone stays safe. We'll be coming up with more videos in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned, like and subscribe to our channel. And thank you, Vikas, again. Have a good day ahead. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, Shruti and Asta. Have a nice day. Take care.